Silver the police single-handed.
Yeah, we are going to announce. Don't worry, that you announce.
And boys, you can come out. You see, come out.
Guys, it's not yet balanced. Push it this way a little. Look at the middle bar. Then put the bubble. You might have to wait here also. Within 1 minute, when we start the time. Within 1 minute. I'm going online.
Nothing going. Nothing going.
Mic check. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this very hot afternoon, and of course we are having Ndejje ladies against VVC. And Ndejje had a wonderful victory against Sportes last weekend, which they came back from 2 sets down and were able to take that game 3-2. And of course VVC lost to KCB Nkumba 3-2 as well. And today, of course, they are matching up against each other, and we expect it to be a competitive, exciting game. And we see Ndejje has had a good start, 5 points there for them and 2 for VVC. They've started up that lineup that we saw against Sportes in those later sets that they won. We are seeing Bella, we are seeing Peace, Asimo, Pearl, the setter, and of course Maya, the libero there. And in the middle as well, we are seeing Zaina. So that's the lineup they are having here, and that lineup shows you that they intend to go for 3 points. And I'm going to be here commentating this game with Malik. Malik, thank you for being here with me.
Thank you so much, and thank you our viewers for still tuning in. And of course we have VVC appearing in white and Ndejje appearing in blue. Let's see who fights on. But a very interesting thing I need to see in this game is seeing Pearl up against Kate. And they are moving on the same line. The other one playing receive attack and the other one playing opposite.
Yes, and they are going to be those go-to attackers for both sides. Yeah, we shall see so many sets going to Pearl, and of course so many sets going to Kate. But we see VVC has chosen to start Slivia there. She's been a player that they are starting so much these days. They are sidelining the other younger receiver attacker.
Yeah, looking on in the previous game, I think she's not that erratic. The level of making errors is very, very minimal. And there is a way she scores so much off the block. She's quite a player who looks for points rather than going hard on the ball.
Yes.
So I think she has actually helped VVC step up in how they play offensively.
So they are going for the maturity in this case for VVC.
Yeah, that is I think what they've chosen to go with.
Yes, I know.
They need a mature player. They've been having only Becky on as the mature player, and now that they have Slivia and Becky, it is a good start for them to play with both experience and maturity.
Yes, and we see that the set a little bit tight there, and Zaina has to send a free ball. Good attack there from Slivia, and she gets the point. Good cross-court attack, really, and I think Peace didn't quite expect that attack to come to her. Oh, miss set there in the middle, but they're able to send a free ball, and then Asimo comes in through the middle and just shuts that down quickly. Good attack there from her. Of course, Ndejje having a 5-point lead here. They've had a wonderful start, and I expected VVC to be quite pushy today, to be that VVC that we've been seeing over the past few days. Very, very fighting team, tough team. But of course, Ndejje as well, they are tired of losing. So they are pushing here today. They want to go away with 3 points. Oh, it's a miss set there.
I think VVC is a team that you don't wish that it gets ahead of you, because whenever they are leading, they really have that morale to try and keep up there. And what Ndejje has to do in this game is to make sure they are not trailing over VVC, to give them the confidence to play much better.
Yes, and you can see Kate is being moved up with the setter, having the setter on the front court. They are blocking Kate, and she's just attacking like almost as though there is nothing. She's not even going to Asimo's side. She's just going right above the setter's block there on the Ndejje side. And you can see now the gap has also been reduced to 2 points for VVC.
Yeah, that is it. And I think this is the time when VVC needs to capitalize on the Ndejje block, because the outside blocker is a bit short, and they have Kate there, who is a very hard hitter.
But this time Ndejje is able to get a side out from that attack, and back to 3 points lead. And of course now the setter is going out, so they will have Pearl on the front court, which is also an advantage for them now, and a chance maybe to push and get so many points. But also we shall see a lot of Asimo, as we already see her. She's coming in the middle, and VVC to shut her down, they just need to put that service pressure on and not let her move.
Yeah, that is it. And on the side, like you say, since now Pearl is front court, but it is interesting that Pearl comes front court when also Kate is front court, and the only advantage that will give a player at this point in time will be on how much they can defend, because
yes,
both of them are good attackers, but how much can they defend for their team? It's a swing in onto the line, and that is a block out. It is a wipe on Faith. Pearl saw that very perfectly, and she decides to go on the outside blocker, and she gets the wipe. And Peace goes into service. Let's see what she delivers for Team Ndejje, as Ndejje is still ahead on 12-9. Not the best pass, a very big swing comes in. Katie gets onto the hands of Asimo, and she gets the wipe as well. We are seeing the attacks trying to come in hard on both ends of the teams. That is Katie on the VVC side, and Pearl Kankunda on the Ndejje side. But there comes a service loss from Faith, who is actually one of the best servers of the VVC team, but she loses it much way out, and still it will keep VVC in the chasing, so that they try to catch up in the points. Katie put that very hard onto the net, and it actually gave Ndejje a much better lead of 4 points now. Asimo into the service, a very good service, and somehow VVC fails to execute that ball over to the side of Ndejje, and that leads to the first time out for Team VVC. And the lead is extending actually. It is extending from 1, 2, 3 points now. It has gone into 5 points, whereby Ndejje had already previously the lead of 5, and they have now taken it back on, whereby now they are much more confident, and it gives them a better position on trying to win this set comfortably. Twesje Emmanuel says, thank you, Esteem, for coming back. We missed you. Yeah, we missed you too at Emmanuel, but we are back finally. Olinga Eric says, Olimba. I think Emmanuel is the one who has the best answer for that. And now Asimos loses the service onto the net. And the timeout worked so great for VVC because they needed to break the service.
And of course now VVC is having Kate going out to serve. So the attacking is a little bit reduced there. But the service is on for VVC because we've not seen Pearl attacking so much yet.
Yeah, that is true, because it is being a challenge to serve to be able to set in position 2.
And then of course you can see that Becky comes in with that good attack, and of course VVC is back into just 3 points away. Kate going back to serve again. Again, good service. It's an ace serve from her, and I think Peace and Smaya were just a little bit confused on who should take that ball, and we see they've tried to make a little bit of a change there in the receiving format to see how they can counter the service. Of course, it's good, but Sumaya is able to handle it, and good attack there from Pearl. Very, very good attack, good catch from Smile, and the setter just doesn't look anywhere else. She just backsets that ball to Pearl, and they get a wonderful attack from it. Pearl to serve. Good pick from the libero there. Setter sets up Kate in the backcourt, but she is blocked by Zaina, and Ndejje again pushes their lead back to 4 points. Good service from Pearl once again, and she's able to again push the lead further and further, and that is what Ndejje is looking for right now.
With getting in the backside of the court, and Sylvia, who is a soft hitter on the front part, on the front zone, I think offensively VVC has to rely on the middle, whereby Becky needs to score more points, but then they are failing to get to the first catch.
Yeah, that's the second ace service there from Pearl, and of course with the other services she has made as well, there's been that service pressure, and VVC is just unable to get a break, and now they're calling the second time out to see maybe how they can calm the situation down, but Ndejje is just doing wonderfully in that service box.
I think from the time the points were 15-13, but now we see it was 15-12, now we see it is at 20-13, whereby the ratio of making points is actually too much, way better for Ndejje than VVC.
Go and pick on the wall, 10,000 on the wall. Please. You are now the receiver back. Or you were playing couple. What do you do? You are playing throughout.
Back from the timeout, and Ndejje has VVC has managed to make up some 2 points there, and Ndejje as well to make that 1 point. But of course, there is a block there from Sikola against Pal. Peace comes in with that dump, and Becky just able to save that ball and keep it in play. Ball goes back to Peace. This time she goes hard, but she is shut down by Sikola in the middle there.
That was a very nice block from Sikola. They really had to bend those hands to have a great block.
Yes, and she just times that ball really perfectly well, and Peace has nowhere to go. Service, tough pick again. Ball has to go to Peace again. This time she goes very hard, but Becky is there. Sylvia sends that ball to Pearl, and Zaina, it's an error from her on that attack.
That ball onto the bell, and this seems to be closing up the gap from the 8 points. Was it 7? Yeah, from the 7 points to just 4 points.
Yes, and they've made a substitution. Yeah, they've made a substitution there, and they are bringing it a higher block for Peace. And she is blocked again. Yeah. Good block once again, and VVC, Ndejje is now calling the first time out of this set.
Yeah, this is probably very hard to understand. Now from 2013 and now it gets to 21-18, it is really interesting to see how teams can make so many points in a row as the other teams are struggling to score.
Yes, and now of course Ndejje is calling that timeout, and I think they need to see how they can handle that gap they're having, because Peace is not able to score, and Zaina as well, and they need to get at least the middle to make a point for them, but they're not getting it.
Yeah, because we see that people who have scored is most for them, that is Pal and Asimo, they are in the back court, and now they have to rely on the experience of Zaina and Peace.
Yes, and the setter can't force a backcourt in this moment. She's looking for a timeout, but then of course the reception forces her. But good attack from Pearl again, and this time off the block there. It's a free ball. Can Zaina go on this one? Setter sends in a dump, but Kate is there on that cover. And this time it's an error from Sylvia. She tries to force an attack line there, but she goes out, and Ndejje is able to finally get a break from this, and from also the service pressure that was coming in from the setter there.
Yeah, she tried to pass on the side of the setter's block, but I think she chopped that ball so much.
Yeah, Shadia usually comes in to serve for the Ndejje side, and of course having played as a libero for them for some good time, she comes in also to make that defense. But that is an error from Peace, and VVC once again just 3 points behind from a 7-point lead, and they're just 3 points away.
block us. And Bella put that ball alive.
It's a good serve again from Sikola this time, and ball goes to Asimo, and of course she gets that point, and it's the first set point for Ndejje, and of course they're having Peace going in for service, so they have a big advantage. She's a good server, of course experienced as well, so they have a chance to go away with this set.
Yeah, their service, they have better advantage over that brings us to the end of set 1 at 25 Ndejje and 23.
Yes, and it was a good. No, actually, it's not a block; it's an error from Kate.
That was a terrible error, but usually it happens to young players, and couldn't try to execute that and have the ball cross to the opposite side.
Yep. But let's just wait and see. Maybe the volleyball game for ladies is surprising. I want to see how set 2 will go, because VVC has fought towards the end of this set, so maybe they could be fired up for the next set. So.
Yeah, VVC tries to chase the right. But the other one was like this, but it was.
They were small.
But this one
They felt I went there with you. I don't know which car. Can you pass over to this? Yeah, so you have what and what?
And of course we are back for set 2. Sorry for the delay to get you back running. But we are back, and of course Ndejje having a good start once again, having a great lead, very, very early lead. And a good block from Zaina to push the lead again to 5 points. VVC is not having a great time under this sunshine here today. Yes, and Ndejje is just seemingly enjoying it. And VVC has been forced to call a very early timeout. The service pressure is on, the blocks are on, and VVC just doesn't have where to go at this moment. So, and Ndejje seems to have just closed up everything. The service is there, the blocks are there, so maybe VVC needs to have a chat and see how to get a way through. We are not seeing Kate yet in the attack.
Yeah, she tried to attack a few balls in the previous set, but we see now she's being blocked, and somehow VVC is struggling to score. They have the ball, but siding out is becoming hard. Asimo serving, a very nice catch from Sylvia, and Kate comes in, she gives a free ball, another error, ball out. I think she was coming in for a combination attack, and the setter still pushed the ball out, and that was an error. Asimo is still serving. And that's an ace on the Ribeiro. She couldn't pick that. And Ndejje is leading very, very comfortably this set, and showing that surely from last weekend they are trying to extend their winning ways throughout this weekend, and try to get back to their best play.
Yes, at this time they are able to keep that ball up for VVC, and they get a free ball. It's picked. Ball goes to Kate, and she's able to take it over, but of course not the usual hard attack. It was a little bit low for her. Then this time ball goes to Becky, and she gets that point off the hands on the block there, and VVC able to get a side out here.
That was a very nice cover from Asimo. It was quite a tricky attack from Kate, but she managed to get much lower than that and dive through and get the touch on the ball. And but VVC utilized the free ball through Becky, whereby she got the block off.
Ball goes to Pearl there, and she gets that ball. She gets that point off the block hands there. And of course, Pearl is going into serve, and we saw the service pressure she brought on in the first set, serving so many points from 15 there to 20 points for Ndejje. And she's going in back to serve, and VVC was just out of service pressure. And again, they're unable to break that service as soon as possible, with an error and a misconnection there from the setter. I think the setter for VVC doesn't seem very comfortable at the moment. She seems to be struggling to see where she can put that ball.
Yeah, she's a little bit struggling, especially the catcher is not finding her in her best position to set the ball. I see whenever the ball is crossing, she's quite struggling, yet she's a tall setter. I believe she should be more agile to be able to jump and set that ball that is crossing over to that side, because it is still close to the belt. And there comes in a service error from Becky, a very experienced player, whereby she's not meant to actually lose a service at this point in time when they are trailing. And we see a substitution. She is removed and substituted by
A call.
And immediately who is removed by the Ribeiro.
Ball goes to Sylvia, but it's an error, very out of system set there, and she's unable to pass it over and give a free ball. Substitution coming in for VVC. Sylvia is going off, and of course the youngster is now on.
That is Nora.
Nora, she's on.
I think VVC is trying to have a little bit of different mix in play, and they've decided to change players and see what can the players on the bench change, because things don't seem to be working out well. And Peace comes in with a dump, but well picked by Faith. And again, it's a free ball sent in. We see Zaina for a slide behind, but still the dump is picked up. And Nora dumps as well, and she gets that. Ndejje couldn't keep up the ball, and it is a point for VVC.
Yes, we see that there was a lot of space there, and the person in 6 was unable to come and make that cover. VVC seems to be pushing back their morale up, and maybe they could be able to catch up. Service from the setter, but it's a dump from Zaina, and he just breaks that service out as soon as possible. And Ndejje seems to be excited for this game.
Yeah.
For this set. They are pushing very, very quickly and fast.
Yeah, they really want to end the set very fast. It is a hot sunny day here in Zambia. At me, I say the weather is perfect for that game. Over much other people might say it is hot, but if it rains we can never play. But if it is hot we can still play. And the weather is good enough for the game. Let's see how Ndejje can utilize the day. And there comes the wipe off, as Peace still shows that she is using her experience to keep scoring for the Ndejje team.
Service from Zaina, good pick from Kate. Ball goes to Sikola, but again there is an error. You can see the misconnection there from the setter and her players. The connection has not yet just got in as it should so far in these 2 sets. And of course, VVC called an early timeout, and now they are calling their second timeout. They called the first timeout when they had 2 points, and since then they've only been able to make 3 points, and they're now calling their second timeout, and it's an 11-point gap for them to catch up. I think maybe I feel Ndejje is really going to go away with this set as well, and possibly the game.
Yeah, we see the morale for VVC is down. Ndejje is comfortably playing, and one of the credit you can give Ndejje is that they are trying as much as possible not to have errors on their side. Whenever the ball is bad, they make sure it goes to the opponent, and they try to defend. And when the ball is good, they try to kill it immediately. So they've tried to reduce the errors. However much we see an error in service coming in. And I believe it is one of the key points that has given them the lead.
Yes, that was a service error from Zaina. And now VVC has a chance to get back to service and maybe try and push themselves. Good service from Nora, but ball goes to Asimo, and she is able to get that point. A little bit of a struggle there from the setter, and of course the ball wasn't the best set for Asimo, but she adjusts to it very, very well and is able to get that point. So you can see Ndejje goes in service. They make 1, 2, 3, 4 points, and in those points VVC is unable to make even 2 points. They're making like 1 or even nothing at all. But service error from the setter, and
those are 2 consecutive service errors, which is not good, especially having the setter losing a service. It is terrible, but maybe they feel they are comfortable. They have a lead that is going on well, so the pressure is less.
Yes, but also you can see that the points that VVC is having right now are several errors that Ndejje has been making.
And that is a very big swing from Asimo through the middle. She attacks that ball down very hard. And no one could touch on that ball, finally showing that Ndejje they are ready for this set, and they are surely having it into their pockets.
Yes, but Asimo is a very quick middle. I think she's one of the fastest middles that we have. She's one of the middles in the league right now that has remained consistent with how a middle ball should be. Very quick, the attacker is in air even before at the time of the setter contacting the ball, she's already jumping and getting that fast swing. But we've seen there's been a shift in how middle players attack these days. It's no longer how it used to be, where it was quick. Now you see middles are waiting for the setter to set the ball, then they come and attack. So she's still maintaining that old type of play, which is good.
She's a little bit fast, but I see she attacks only one kind of ball. She's ever going for a moving ball. And yes, she jumps in advance. The other advantage is that she's tall. She's a very tall center blocker. So the reach of the ball is actually very high. And yet she's jumping a little bit faster. So the blockers need to jump way too early to be able to defend her attacks.
Yes.
That's a wise attack from Faith.
Good attack from her. She sends that ball behind, and the ball is on. And Ndejje's side thought that ball was off, but it is on. And we see Shadia had come on for service. Of course, she's going to stay on to make those that passing and of course that defense. Service for VVC.
I think they are resting piece for the next set to make sure that she's very ready and that they close the set very well. What a swing on the right hand side through Pearl, and she gets a touch on the block. However much I feel like the ball was a bit out, but it is on court.
Yes, but also good set there from the setter there.
Yeah, it is.
She pushes that ball very, very well and is able to just set up Pearl well.
I see whenever Ndejje is playing, but most of the attackers who are attacking is Asimo and Pearl, and she seems like she's very, very comfortable with those two attackers over the other attackers she has on court.
Yes, those are their very aggressive attackers, and Ndejje is looking to just have those attackers, and the rest of the players are mostly there to defend and have those attackers just play the game.
And that's a hard swing from Katie.
And
it
it's
was
the
a very
first
nice
that we are
set.
seeing.
Yeah, for this set it is the first that we're seeing that she's executing very well, but Pearl couldn't get a touch on the ball, and the center player was quite a little bit late. The young girl who came in was as a substitute for Zaina. That's a service error from Kate still.
Yes, and of course at this point when you're chasing, it's very tough to actually have a service error. The points are just too big. And Pearl is serving. Oh, good play from Nora. She knows she's having the setter there and takes advantage of it and gets that point. And VVC has just hit the 10-point mark.
Yes. You're very welcome. As I told you, this is the day.
And the experience of Bea shows that the team still really needs her. She gets that slow wipe on the block. Very, very wise scoring.
Yes, and she's going in to serve also one of the good servers that Ndejje has. Ndejje is just looking for 2 points to go away with this set. Just very few points, and good service from her. Like I just mentioned, she's a good server, and they get a free ball. Ball goes to the middle, it's a dump, and they get that point. Very, very easy scoring. I think maybe Faith could have been able to get that ball, but the setter just got her hands on it a little bit too quick, and she's unable to keep it in play. And it's set point for Ndejje.
Very good service. Very, very good service.
Yeah.
I think one of the things VVC needs to look through is the libero position. I think they are not sure of which libero they should use, and the liberos are quite not confident in how they play, and it is really costing them.
Yes, VVC needs to look into that, but also they need to look into what made them lose this set, because I don't think they were pushing hard enough or working hard enough to actually get points from this set. They seem to be very reluctant. The play seemed to be lousy in that set. So maybe they could be thinking of new strategies to be able to push and get into that third set with more fire and push Ndejje very, very hard.
You can actually see that the defense on the net, I think, is what is costing VVC, because they are getting all the touches on the ball, but the ball is deflecting out. Somehow I think they are placing the block poorly, or otherwise Ndejje attackers are becoming wise on how to use that block, because every time the block touches, the ball is landing in the front zone or it is landing out, and it is very hard for the VVC players to defend.
Yes, we are going in for the third set, so let's see how Ndejje will fare in this set, and let's see, maybe there could be an improvement from the VVC side as well. And of course we are back for set 3, and VVC has had a wonderful start now. 2 points for them and 0 for Ndejje. They are clapping now, they are having that morale, and ace service there from the setter. So they've had a wonderful start, and you can see that little bit of frustration coming in from the Ndejje side after that ace serve.
Yeah, that was Peace and Bella failing to determine who should take the ball, and it ended up being an ace. And Asimo comes in with a very big swing, but then VVC defends very well, and Nora puts that onto the net.
It's an error from Nora, an error that they should be avoiding in this moment in this game. We see Becky is also back on as well, so VVC intends to put up a fight for this set. Good pick. Oh, Asimo is just there waiting for it, and she blocks it very hard in the ground. There's no chance for VVC to recover that one.
Yeah, the reception was crossing and the setter is backward, but like I said, she's a very tall setter. I think she should learn how to jump so high and at least try to recover those balls for her receivers.
Good pick. Slivia dumps that one. Ball is kept alive. Ball goes to Peace, and quick swing from her.
Swing. Very good swing onto the line. She has clearly stepped up her game right from last weekend. She's apart from a few moments where she fails to score for the team, but she's really providing what the team needs at the right time.
Service, good service from the setter. It's a free ball. Sumaya is on it on that one, and just a slight touch there from the setter, and Asimo is able to get that point for Ndejje.
It was poor game reading from Sikora, saying that the setter is backward, and then she decided to jump with her. Very nice effort from the setter of Ndejje, and finally Asimo had to get the touch, and that's an ace.
It's an ace service from the setter there. Good service again from her, and Ndejje pushing and getting the lead again in this game. Service again, and it's another ace service from her. Good service coming in from the setter on the Ndejje side. It's just impressive. 2 consecutive aces. What does that do to the VVC side in this moment?
As we can see now, VVC is trying to change strategy and have 4 receivers onto on the reception side, perhaps try and reduce the gap for the receivers. And still, it is not the best pass from Kate, but the setter keeps it alive.
Ndejje gets the free ball.
What a swing!
Yeah.
What a swing on the right hand side, down onto the line. She really kills that ball down. And it is a good credit from the setter, knowing who her horses are on the team and knowing exactly when she needs the point.
Yes, and of course VVC is making a substitution here. We see Olivia is coming on. And the setter is back in service. This time Becky is able to get that one, but they are unable to make a score. That connection between the setter and Sikola is really still not there. And Sikola is also that middle that attacks a quick set, very quick and not so high as well. But you can see we have not seen such types of attacks from her this season yet. So I think the connection is still struggling a bit there with her and the setter.
Yeah, that is right. And I feel like she's coming for a steal ball and the ball is moving off her and a little bit high. And somehow she's, this is the second time she has missed a set. Yeah. And it is not good. It shows you that there is something lacking.
Yes, but good block from Ndejje's side. From VVC on Pearl there. I think the ball was a little bit too far for her and she had no choice but go into that block, and the block was just well placed. Tough pick there for Bella. Free ball for VVC and it lands. Miscommunication. Can you see that miscommunication there on who should have taken that ball? Becky was on it, Olivia was on it, and you can see the frustration there. Very easy point for Ndejje.
Yeah, it is, and it gives Ndejje a lead of 5 points, showing that actually they are winning this. But let's see how can VVC try to close up the gap. Well picked by Peace.
Ball goes to Kate, but you can see the height is not very good. But Sumaya just doesn't even take a step to go for that ball.
Yeah, she really gives up very, very early on the effort on that ball. I think because she's from injury and she still has supports on her knees, there are some balls she tends to leave.
Yes. But wonderful swing from Asimo through the middle. Beautiful spike from her. One block and she just takes that ball hard in position 1. Good attack. And Zaina is on, of course, as well. Good serve from Asimo. She goes after Kate. Ball goes to her. It's a wonderful swing, but that ball just goes wide, and there's no touch on the block.
No touch, but that was a heavy swing. But I think she wanted to get a touch from the block, but she missed that. It was a good idea, however, it wasn't well executed.
Yes, a 6-point lead for Ndejje, and VVC is calling a very early timeout once again. This is the first timeout in this set for them, but they are looking maybe to see how to counter Ndejje's side, because things are not working out for them. Even when they catch, the passing is good. There's no connection between the setter and the attackers, and they are not scoring. I think maybe that's something to think about for VVC side. Why aren't the attackers scoring even when the pass is good? What is the problem? Is it the connection between the attackers and the setters, or maybe the attackers just need to do better as well?
By seeing how VVC plays and their host being Kate, she's moving with a good block on the front zone, and she's trying to figure out how to score. However much, she's not getting the point. and that one has given Ndejje advantage because for them they are having an option of playing the ball through the middle. Yet VVC is not playing the ball through the middle.
Yes, free ball for VVC. This time ball goes to Kate and it's another attack error from her. So I don't know, I feel maybe she's either trying to look for the hands or the ball is a bit low for her, and since she jumps quite high, I think maybe she's struggling to get that ball high off from her hands.
She's trying to avoid Paul's block, I think, and even on attack, you see she's trying to look for a wipe off her Paul's hands, but she's not getting it. To me, I would say that if she could first attack hard on court, okay, through the diagonal, if she's trying to avoid Pearl, especially in that Pearl also has a high block and Zaina is tending to join the Pearl's block outside. It is not well set.
Set there from Zaina to Pearl, but of course it's another free ball for Ndejje's side. And this time ball goes to Bella. She swings hard on that one, but just doesn't go above the net. And it's a point for VVC. You can see she was trying to go cross court, but she's a little late and doesn't get that ball. Service again, and it's an error from Olivia on the service.
Looking at the games today, the first game we had, there was so many service errors. And even this game, it is continuous. We still see service errors from players, although they are not as many as the first game. But I believe with how ladies usually serve, we are supposed to see a number of very, very good services at this point in time.
Kate going in for service, and we see Nora on the front court. It's a good serve. It's an ace service from her. The libero moved a little bit late for it and doesn't quite get it. Good service from Kate, and I think that maybe could bring VVC to push and see how to catch up and get this set. It's still a very early game. If she could maintain that service, and she does, but this is just there. It's a free ball, and Ndejje takes it. The setter again dumps it, and this time she's able to get that point. Good place from her. She sees that ball sort of very tight on the net, and they don't expect her to send it over, but she does, and she gets that point. And I think that the setter on the VVC side is reluctant to take those dumps there, because we saw the same issue happening in the second set. But that's an attack error there from Nora. And you can see, look at the body language on the VVC side.
It is quite down because I think VVC has given up. They are just looking at maybe what better they can do for this set or for the game, since they are trailing and things tend not to be working out so well for them.
But I feel it's still very early. There are 5 points. It's 10-15. They could catch up those points. They're having the service. Then we see Sikola has come on the front court, so they could still do something about it. And you can see now they're able to get that point. It's an overpass, and the setter being unable to send it over. VVC gets that point, and now they're just 4 points behind. So it's not over until it's over. It's again an overpass, and Sikola comes in, but Bella defends that one. It's a setter dump, free ball, and this time Nora comes in hard, doesn't get the hands, and that ball doesn't find the court as well. So Ndejje gets back into a 5-point lead. They're able to catch a break on that one.
And as well, I think the secondary battle for Ndejje is failing to get the first pass. She's a little bit struggling to get that ball to the setter, or most of the balls she has touched are going over, and Ndejje was struggling to defend again.
Good effort from Zaina. Free ball again for VVC. And this time ball goes to Nora. But again, Zaina picks that up. Pearl keeps it in play. And Peace just sends back a free ball. Sikola again. And this time VVC comes through and they get that point.
That was a soft attack. And somehow Pearl should have been able to pick that ball. But she was taking a step into the court towards position 6. And the ball went to her exact position where she should be covering.
Good set there to Asimo. The setter is struggling, but she's able to push it. And again, free ball. And this time ball goes to Peace on the outside, sends it cross court and gets that point. Good play from her. It's a side out for Ndejje now, and the setter is going into serve. We are seeing a substitution coming in.
I think the coach has now decided to give the option of the setter they had on bench also time to play on, and maybe see what can she also do as well.
Yes, and
because we saw the setter they had on court was serving so well. She had so many aces, and she was having a brilliant choice of who to set to. Yes. And now we see they brought in another young setter. Let's see how she tends to impact this game.
Yes, and it's an attack error from VVC, and Ndejje is able to get that point, and they are now 6 points away again. Good service again, tough pick, free ball goes to Olivia, it's kept alive, out of system set, and Bella chooses to go to Pearl. Good defense from Kate. Again, free ball. The setter tries to send that ball to Asimo, but she misses it. The connection doesn't quite get there, and VVC just takes that point away.
Like I told you, she attacks mainly one kind of ball. I have not seen her attack more of a steel ball or one leg. She's going for that moving ball. Most of them call it a 3, and somehow it is a challenge for setters to set according to the position they are standing in while setting.
Yes, and that's an attack error from Peace, and VVC is closing that gap back to 4 points. Nora is serving, and she's also a good server for the VVC side, and having Kate on the front court as well is an advantage for VVC in this case. Tough pick there for Bella. Setter keeps it alive. Pearl comes in hard, but she is shut down. The block is very high, and that ball seemed to have been sort of like an attack error from her on the belt.
Yeah, she hits that ball very hard onto the belt, and VVC closes the gap again to 3 points. Clearly trying to take point per point and take it slow, and believing that they can close the damage and do better. That's a very, very hard swing from Kate, but kept alive by Smaya. And a very hard swing down onto the line. She kills that ball down. What a nice hit.
Yes, and you can see now VVC is now just 2 points behind. That is what I am talking about. They need to be able to push themselves and see how to catch up. The gap was too small, and you can see they've closed it up. And Ndejje is now forced to call their first time out in this set.
And we shall have the next action coming in on the men's side. Uganda National Volleyball League catch up with Ndejje Volleyball Club playing Police Volleyball Club, Ndejje University for the men's side. That will actually be an interesting match. Hoping to see Ndejje trying to get their first points off the lower side of the table. End of the timeout, and Nora is still serving, and That's a very good pass from Bella and a very big swing from Pearl, but she takes that outside. And the gap is close to 1 point. VVC still believing they can actually stretch Ndejje out from here and get something out of it.
Yes, and once again, VVC is catching up. Service from Nora. This time, good pick from Bella, and it's an error from Asimo, but I saw as though that ball went out. Yes, it was out, but the ref calls a touch, a block touch on Sikola, and Ndejje just survives that one. But having Peace going into the service box is an advantage for them because she's a good server, and she could be able to push the game. But the catch is quite good, but it's a free ball. The setter takes it, and Peace sets up Pearl. Good swing from her, but ball is kept alive, and it's a free ball again. Again, the setter takes it, but the libero has to set. Free ball for VVC. This time, ball goes to Kate. Good swing, but that ball is out, and you can see Sumaya was quite ready for that one, and she sees that it's a swing out and lets it go. You can see that celebration. She quite enjoys that ball goes out. And Ndejje is back to the lead, 3 points.
Very, very composed play from Sumaya. She reads that very well, and she sees that the ball is actually going very fast outside, and with a very, very good celebration on that. And then that is Paul with a very soft swing over, and Olivia couldn't be able to move and cover that ball, and now Ndejje takes their lead back on to 21-17. They've really managed to get their confidence back and get through the bad moments they were trying to get, and it is a timeout for Team VVC.
Of course, VVC has to call their second timeout now, and because they had pushed to catch up, and now they are losing that catch up that they've made, and it's 4-point lead again for Ndejje's side. But like I said, Ndejje is here for 3 points, and very good 3 points, clean 3 points. They don't want anyone to take a set from them because they've had a long struggle to win. They've struggled so much, and being able to beat Spotters last weekend, and now coming here against VVC, which has also proved to be a tough team in the past days, and in the past matches that they've played against several teams. Ndejje just feels like they need to actually shut them down as quickly as possible. Of course, that's a good swing from Kate, and she's able to get that ball off their hands and get that point for VVC and give them the side out. Sikola is now in the service box. Ndejje having Pearl on the front court, and Asimo gives them an advantage. The setter there goes for Asimo, and she gets that point for Ndejje. And they're only 3 away from taking away this match and taking away the 3 points.
That's a good service from Asimo, and setter chooses to pass that with a dump, and the VVC defense is doing terribly bad with such balls that are being spinned over to the attack line zone, with the young girl Olivia failing to make better effort to pick such balls off. They need to find a solution for this if VVC needs to keep chasing the points more. However much I see Ndejje showing that they are ready to close up the game, winning it 3-0.
A good block there, but it is kept alive. Again, it's another block. Ball goes to Kate, and good defense there from Asimo. The setter chooses to backset to Pearl. She's blocked, but Peace is there. Free ball. It's a dump, setter dump. Asimo picks it, and Kate wants to just send that rebound back, but she's shut down by the net itself. It's an error from her. I think that was a rushed sort of play. She could have played it back on her side.
And you saw how the Ndejje players were all into protection mode. because they know she's a very hard hitter. So everyone was having their hands over onto their heads.
Ndejje finally takes that away, and they're able to get 3 points from this game. I think as these are the first 3 points that Ndejje, clean 3 points, why 3-0 victory that we are seeing from Ndejje in a while.
Yeah, and they really won this game with a very, very comfortable result, and they showed that they are ready now. They are getting better. They are building from the wins they've had previously, and if they can keep the run, they are actually getting into better shape.
Yes, and a good play from Ndejje today. The VVC play, of course, didn't turn out as well as I would have expected personally. But a wonderful play from Ndejje. They're getting those 3 clean points, and maybe they are now pushing themselves into back to the winning ways, and they intend to maybe continue that way. They are building, as you have mentioned. But the VVC coach is going to really have a lot to say to his players today, because the type of play they displayed is not the usual VVC that we've been seeing around. But it's been a wonderful game, and up next we are going to have the men's game, Serie A game, Police versus Ndejje University. It's going to be a hot one, I know. It's going to be a competitive game for both sides, of course, looking to get 3 points. So stay on and wait for that game. It's at 4 p.m. and we are quite on time today. And Coach Malik, thank you so much for being here with me for this game. It's been really, really great having you here with your analysis as well.
It is great, and right from the first game it was really interesting, as we saw UPDF grab a win from KCCA, which was really unbelievable to most of the fans, and now we see Ndejje comfortably winning their game 3-0, and let's now wait and see how the action will end for today on the men's side, with the Police up against Ndejje. Thank you very much. Stay tuned in.
All right. Have a lovely afternoon. We are getting back right to you in just a few minutes, because the game for the men is going to be on at 4 p.m. So please stay on and keep supporting us there on YouTube. Thank you so much. Let's wait for the men's game, Police versus Ndejje University men.